It is Friday, the end to another good week, and we're back. We're back on the podcast. Episode 2. Kidding. It's episode 12 now. We're back. It was a pretty chill, it was a chill personal life week. It was a hectic work week. Had a lot going on in the world of management. A lot I can't talk about at the moment yet because it will be revealed soon, but a lot of super cool things happening for our clients. And he just wants to mess up the light. But I can't wait. It's going to be happening soon. One of our clients' dreams are about to come, truthfully, are about to come true. And it's really just going to set her up. So very, very excited for that. And no, we really didn't do much because I realized that a week from today, I just got back from San Francisco and concluded a long weekend or a long month of travel. 1 second. Sorry, I was just dealing with some work stuff, going back to what I was saying about how it's been so hectic, but we're back again. No, but as for regular stuff, it's been pretty chill on the personal front, because just got back from San Francisco, was a hectic travel last month, so I was like, maybe I don't need to do anything, and I decided to adult a little bit. We went grocery shopping we've been on a week plus now that I have not spent money on food aside from coffees, which that's a whole other conversation I'll get into, but it's been good. It's been chill. Honestly, one thing that I'm so proud of, and I think I did it might have been less than a week, or it might have been a week, either or, but I finished my first book. Cue the claps. I finished my first book. It was Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and so many people recommended at least once in your life you should read this book. And I don't know, I'm such a new reader, and I don't know if this goes for anybody else, but this is going to sound so dumb, but I just have such a want to be smarter. As I've gotten to 26 years old now, one of the things that I really hold that I want to do so much more of is learn. And I know everybody likes to learn, but I don't know, I've, in the field that I work in and just in life in general, I'm around people that are so smart all the time. Yes, a lot of them are older. Yes, have had more experiences in certain situations to gain that knowledge, but just in general, the way certain people go about things, I'm I just want to be more read. I want to have more in my arsenal of, whether info I pull from or that I know, or readings or views on things, or just whatever it may be. And I was I need to become a reader. Now, my older brother, huge reader, very, very smart individual. I didn't get that trait. I got talker. I got a guy who's good at talking, hence here we are. And talking is a big part of my job. This isn't the job. But no, finished my first book, Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. It was really good. There was, how do I put this after just saying I wanted to get smarter? It was a fantastic book. I think I'll need to read it again because I didn't fully retain a ton from it. And what I mean by that is I read the whole thing front to back, and I'd probably say there was because it's 12 books interpreted from him, and I'd say out of those maybe 2 or 3 I really oh cool, this spoke to me, or I'll take this with me from wherever I go. And one quote specifically, that of which is external from my mind has no relative being to my mind, almost. That is the number one quote that I took from it, just kind of showing that all external factors have no relatability to what's going on in your mind. And I know that's easier said than done, but it's helped me even since I've read it over the last little while, being okay, that's external. Can't think about that. You have no relation to my mind. Bye. But no, that's the first book I decided to read. It was a good read. It wasn't the longest book ever. It was, it was interpreted, but it was still written by someone from a long time ago. So it was relatively, I don't know if hard to stay engaged is the right word, but it wasn't fully there for me. Good book. And everyone always, all the readers I talked to were like, oh, you need to watch, or you need to read this. And again, good book. I think I'm going in my book journey of realizing, like, what do I like? The next book I have is a history book on, like, the starting of the United States. History was probably one of my favorite subjects in high school and college, so I'm hoping that this will kind of spark that intrigue, like being intrigued by that again. Because then the other one was The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. I hated that book. I really did. Like, I know it's an easy read. I got recommended it specifically because it was an easy read and whatnot, but I think I lasted 20 or so pages, and I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. And I know in my heart of hearts I'm a visual guy, but if this is the first step to trying to have a deeper bag of intelligence and becoming a reader, I'm going to do that. But I'm just, regardless, end of the day, I'm excited. Read my first book, first book since graduating school, because again, like, obviously you have to read books in school, but like first one on my own where I picked it, I'm like, I'm going to read this. So I'm excited to become a Barnes & Noble, Starbucks, chill and read guy. We'll see if that actually ends up happening, because also I have to read a lot for my job. So I'm like, maybe this would be a good segue into like not fucking hating to read every contract and every brief and all this type of thing. So I'm proud of myself. Read my first book. I loved it. If it wasn't Los Angeles and, you know, still 80 degrees out since it's fall, it would be one of those, like, I get to snuggle up, fall weather, maybe rainy, maybe over cloudy, and just read my book. But no, I read my book at night because I'm like, if I tried doing, well, I have no hours in the day, but if I tried, I'd be like, well, it's so nice out. Why am I inside reading, inside doing a podcast even? But no, so I'm proud of myself for that. Also, it's finally starting to feel like fall relatively in Los Angeles. That's always been my biggest gripe with the city of Los Angeles and the area of Southern California, is that when it's fall, it doesn't feel like fall. You know, late September, early October into November. If you're from the Northeast, you understand it's the best feeling on planet Earth. You wake up cold and crisp. You get a pretty good 55 to 65 degree day. Night comes, cold and crisp again. Not freezing, but cold and crisp. And it's still sun. One of my favorite things ever. The trees turn, you know, everything looks awesome. There's gloomy days, there's sunny days. You get the awesome seasonal things, etc. And in LA, it just never really felt like that. Like, there wasn't, and still relatively doesn't. But over the last like 2 or 3 weeks, it's been a little chilly in the morning. It's been, when I wake up at like 7, we take him on a little walk, and I'm like, okay, like, I need a sweatshirt for this. I might even need pants for this. And it's sunny, or even when it's not sunny, I'm like, this rocks. So like, it's starting to feel fall a little bit. I'm excited. Fall. I know I talked about it in the last podcast, but I'm going to reiterate it again, that if any other season besides fall is your favorite, I disagree with you. It says something about you as a person a little bit. I just disagree with you. People, it's summer, it's party, it's warm. Don't care. Spring, it's almost summer, it's warm. Don't care. Not many people say winter except like professional skiers and snowboarders, and I do myself love winter, but not a top season for me. It probably goes fall, summer, winter, spring for me. That'd probably be top 4. If I had to rank my seasons, it would go fall, summer, winter, spring, through and through. But no, I'm excited for that. We got pumpkin spice shit back, which this brings up a couple topics, actually, that 2 things that go into each other, A, fall, and B, I know I talked about coffee earlier, that I realized maybe not everyone, but I realized the true thing I'm addicted to in this life is caffeine. I've realized that. I am addicted to caffeine. I don't mind it as of now, but like, my mornings are based around like what time I'm going to go get coffee. Like, I wake up, I'll go to the gym, I can get a coffee by this time. If I can't get a coffee then I won't go to the gym, and I'll go to the gym later. Like, whatever it may be, it's based around my coffee. Like, if it's before 9 a.m., that morning is based around coffee. If it's past 9 a.m., whatever, then we'll figure it out. But if it's before 9 a.m., we're figuring out coffee first. And it goes back because recently I got made fun of for my Starbucks order again. And I need the coffee community to stop shaming each other. Like, we're all in it together. We're all in the coffee bean espresso caffeinated world. Like, what does it matter what you put in it? In my opinion, right? Like, so break it down. My coffee order is a venti, brown sugar, oat milk, shake, and espresso. It's one of Starbucks staple drinks. It's a shake and espresso with oat milk and brown sugar pumps, whatever. Arguably the best coffee I've ever had in my entire life. Now, when I get around my blue collar friends or just my friends that drink black coffee or just espresso, and I tell them my order. I say I order a brown sugar, oat milk, shake, and espresso. They're like, gay. Ha, gay. I can't believe you order that. First off, no shaming here. Second off, we're all in the same world. We're in the coffee world. Like, what? You get black coffee. This guy gets almond milk with shots of espresso. You get a macchiato. You get a cold brew. You get what? We're all in the same world. Like, we are all in the coffee world. Like, why are you like, I remember vividly, I think it was 2 years ago, I was in Denver for Thanksgiving, visiting my brother and my best friends, and we went to this breakfast burrito spot that, no joke, was probably like a 45-minute drive away. Like, we left their house and then got coffee and embarked on this 45-minute drive. I shit you not, 40 out of those 45 minutes, I was getting made fun of for my drink. The whole time, literally the whole time. Whole entire time I was getting made fun of for my drink. And mind you, everyone in the car got coffee. I get it. Black coffee, manly drink. You don't need anything. You don't need any additives. I drink coffee for what it is. Or the espresso shot people who just drink shots. Like, kudos. Like, I say this all the time. As I used to say back to the book thing, I would never make fun of a reader because I'm just like, I want to get to that point. Like, nerd, but I want to get to that point. Same with black coffee drinkers. I'm like, broke, fuck you. But I want to get to that point. I obviously don't want to have to add sugars and creamers and this and that. But, like, I'm not there yet. But I'm still a coffee drinker. So, like, we need to band together as coffee drinkers and stop like, we need to stop shaming each other. Like, I don't know when it started, but I would like it to end because I'm never going to make it, right, Archie? I'm never going to make fun of anyone else for their drink. Oh, and I think about it, right? The same as I'm not a drinker myself of alcohol, but you don't see, I've never been out and about where friends are getting made fun of for the drinks they get. You know, they're going to get a vodka Red Bull, vodka cranberry, margarita, this, that, like all the specialty drinks. You know, you don't see anyone there being like, you get that pussy drink? And he's just taking shots like moonshine or just shots of vodka. Now, you do get those people who just drink that shit, but like, you don't see the alcohol community shaming each other. So why is the coffee community shaming each other? It makes no sense. We're all in the same world. We're all spending money on coffee and being coffee guys. So that's where it is. And I just don't think I love my coffee. So I would urge, I'm not a pussy. I just like coffee the way I like my coffee. That's all. So that recently happened again. We're coffee shaming recently, and you know, I know I'm addicted to caffeine. So that's neither here nor there. But those are my recents in terms of what's been going on. A funny thing actually too is that just recent, literally as of last night, is I love sports fandom, man. I really do. So we were at work and we were going to an Eagles bar here in LA to film content, and partly just like it was more to interview Eagles fans at an Eagle bar. Like it's every video is going to a different team sports bar to like interview fans of that team as like games going on, whatever. One of the people we went with, Giants fan, didn't know if you knew, Eagles played the Giants last night. Two fan bases that probably don't like each other. I mean, I know the Giants aren't the Eagles' rivals or anything, but two fan bases that don't fuck with each other, New York and Philly. And upon getting there, she was told, you need to remove the jersey or you're gone. And this was like one of the owners talking. So it's not like some drunk fan that you can just be like, fuck off, like literally get out of here. It was one of the owners, so she's all in her right to kick you out for that. So she ends up turning the jersey around, and night went on good, whatever. End of the night happens, we're filming a little more interview content, and we kind of wanted the owner to like play up that scene again. And she was down at first, but then as the video's going on, she's instantly back into like, no, get the fuck out, like bye. So we did end up getting not kicked out, but just like we had a not so good goodbye at the Eagles bar we were at. And, you know, as we left, obviously a lot of people were like, fuck, I can't believe that happened. She's so mean. She's like all this type of shit, which probably true. My favorite thing about sports fandom is that people are pieces of shit. That's one of my favorite things. Archie, stop biting the headphones. No, we don't bite the headphones. Because then I'm going to have to get new headphones. I can't afford new headphones right now. I can't do it. No. That's how I discipline him. I'm not a good discipliner of my dog because he's just so goddamn cute. Anywho, I love that type of sports fan. Like, I don't want, you know, butterflies and hugs and kisses and kumbaya between sports fan bases. Like, no. I want you to be salty and be like, get out of my bar. You're wearing the opposite, get out of my bar. Don't need you. Like, that's what sports fandom is about. Hate. Like, truthfully, sports fandom and sports rivalries and matchups are about hate. I will die on that hill. That it's a competition. You are competing. Even in the fan bases are competing. Like, I want my team to be better than yours. We're not going to be friends here. Like, every time a celebrity will go to a game and root on their favorite team and people are like shitting on them and everyone's like, I can't believe you were to do that, blah. It's sports. Like, if anything, we got more mild. Go back hundreds of years. Like, they were killing each other. Like, now we're just screaming at each other, and I love that. And that even goes back to the Ryder Cup that just happened in New York. And it was so funny because, I mean, just putting a prestigious golf event like that in New York, like, I get it, it's in Long Island, but like, come on now. Anywho, Ryder Cup happened. That's obviously Europe versus the U.S. Obviously, when you get, you know, country matchups, let alone state matchups, but country matchups, you're going to get some shit first off. And you have Bryson DeChambeau on US, you have Rory on Europe, you have some talkative people, shit talkers, people with actual personality. And that's what you got. You even got them beefing a little bit. You got Bryson going at Tommy Fleetwood and his crew. You got Rory. Now, it stops at family. It does. Where, you know, on the course, and I get it, it's golf, but there's people, fuck you, Rory, hope you met all the time. I think that's fair game. I do. Again, it's sports. It's Europe versus the U.S. There's passion. Two countries. You're in New York. I get it. Now, I guess people were screaming stuff at his wife. That's where it gets too far. That's too much. And, like, bad stuff. Again, like, if Haley Steinfeld, for instance, is going to go to a Bills game and people are going to walk up to her like, fuck the Bills, fuck the blah, blah. That's fair game. That's fair game. You're talking about the team. She's married to the quarterback. She roots for the team. You can yell at her and heckle about the sport, about the team. That's fine. But when you start getting personal, that's where you can't do it. You can't. It takes the fun away. You just can't do it. So going back to PGA, that's what kind of ensued a little bit where, and Rory gave it back to him. Rory would be like, fuck you guys, all this and that. And that's what's funny about Rory because he just has no filter. But that's one thing I truly love about sports fandom. I love the unhingedness of everything. I love people being passionate. Like, everyone wants to see passion, and that's what sports is. Like, just like the players on the field. Like, true, if I was a player on the field, I'd probably have a little pride if my fans were going so goddamn hard for me that they were like willing to fight other teams' fans. Like, metaphorically fight with words and everything. Like, I don't necessarily need fist fights to happen. I'm not vouching for that. But, you know, if you're willing to go that hard for the team I play on, then yeah, I'm gonna feel honored with that. Like, that's sick. Come on now. So no, that happened last night, and that was pretty fun. And then Just to go on it really quick, I'm so sold on Jaxson Dart and Cam Skattebo. I'm so sold on them. I'm not a Giants fan. I'm a Bears fan, which means doesn't really matter anything I go through at the moment because, like, we don't have promise. Like, we have maybe a little bit of promise, but beside the point. Jaxson Dart and Cam Skattebo are so funny. They are so funny. They're both, like, 24 morons that are extremely good at their sport, and it's truthfully they're just like two pit bulls. Like, they're like a pit bull and like a dumb golden retriever that like runs into everything. Like, Cam Skattebo is the pit bull, Dart's the golden retriever. They're nonstop headbutting each other and headbutting the other team and just doing weird shit with each. Like, it's awesome. They're such. I heard PFT talking about on part of my take today that you've never really looked at the Giants as like, wow, like, oh, that's entertaining. I want to watch that. You've had, of course, the Eli years, the 2 Super Bowls and whatnot, where they've been good. You even with OBJ, you never looked at them like, that's the team I want to see. Like, of course, phenomenal receiver. Eli was a great quarterback. Like, you had like, and those aren't the only 2 Giants that have been good, but you've never looked at them as, wow, this is prime time. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch the Giants every week now. I can't wait to watch Cam Skattebo look like someone unwound his, chill mode before a game and just said go. Sort of like one of those mechanical mice that you wind up and they just go, and like that's how he operates. And then Jaxson Dart just being a maniac, but it works. They killed the Eagles. They killed the defending champs, and it works. And Jaxson Dart is so funny to me because, and there was one specific play. It was the play before he had to go into concussion protocol, but he has like a run down the right side of the field where he's clearly going to go out of bounds. Like, he's about 2 yards away from out of bounds, and there's 2 defenders closing in. Like, he's about to run out of bounds. There's nowhere else for him to go. The defenders didn't take it upon themselves to do this. They didn't take the aggression. There's probably like 3 yards in between him and the defenders, and Jaxson Dart just launches himself plank style, torpedo style, at these 2 defenders and just goes helmet to helmet with one. That was one of those, like, why did he do that? Like, actually, why did you do that? Like, zero need. Like, there's some times where you think on the goal line, I'm going to get an extra yard, or you're close to the first down, I'm going to get an extra yard, all this type of stuff. It wasn't any of those. It was just one of those that shows, like, literally, what are you doing? Like, there's no need to do that. Zero need at all. And I just thought that was funny, and they're a primetime watch, and the Giants rock, and every clip that comes out of Cam Skattebo and Jaxson Dart, I just want more of. it. And horrible day for Philadelphia fans. For the Phillies to lose the way they did, arguably one of the worst ways to ever lose a major sporting event like that. Like, it would suck to lose that way in a regular season game, but for that to be the reason you get kicked out of the playoffs and don't get to go to even further in the postseason is crazy. Just absolutely crazy. So, and I feel for the guy. He's 24 years old, and everyone being like, the guy was pointing at first and people were screaming first. You're not going to hear them screaming throw to first in a scenario like that. Like, you're in the postseason, you're at Dodger Stadium, it's possibly a walk-off scenario, which it was, but you're not going to hear people screaming first. And yes, he could have in hindsight saw but it just sucks. That one made me feel bad because I'm just like, he's got to be down on himself, as anyone would be, but it sucks, truthfully. It's an unfortunate situation. And yeah, I feel bad for that. I forget his name, but I feel bad for him. I'm trying to think what else went on. Oh, tweet of the day. Where was it? If I can find it. Tweet of the day is going to be one of my new segments. But tweet of the day for me was Travis Scott. And because he always tweets some dumb shit, but it's just very funny. And I'm like, I felt that. And his tweet today was, every time I see people where I'm at, I'm like, damn, we had the same idea. And I've never felt so seen that there's so many times where that happens where I'm like, damn, like we're on the same mindset today. Whether it's going down to the gym in my building, grocery shopping, the store, this certain restaurant, I'm like, damn, we all had the same idea at the same time. That's cool. And we're all doing our own different shit. Like I'll be in a restaurant with like, there's like 50 other people, some eating, some ordering, whatever. And I'm like, every one of us had the same idea and we're all going to live 50 different lives upon leaving here. But we have the same idea. That's pretty chill. And I think that's very funny. And Travis Scott is also like, he tweets like if you gave a 5-year-old an iPhone, like maybe not the damn part, but I just do think it's funny that that's just where he's at, if you ask me. Another thing because of fall that I'm so excited about is coming Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve, Stranger Things. I don't care if people are like, well, the fourth season's not the best as the first. Of course it's not. First season's always going to be amazing. But for people to sit there and act like Stranger Things isn't one of the better shows of all time, A, such a vibe, B, supposedly all the cast and crew that was working on it says it ends perfectly. And yeah, I do think Stranger Things is an amazing show. Don't talk to me on Thanksgiving. You can talk to me on Christmas. You can wish me a Merry Christmas. But Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, I cannot wait because it's just such a fall/winter show. Like it really is. It's amazing. There's going to be 12 episodes. 8 episodes. I think 8 or 12 episodes. I need to go back and look. All about 2 hours long. Duffer Brothers, my gosh. Now, there was some contention with this where the Duffer Brothers were like, oh, we like to treat TV like movies. That's why the whole, like, we wait 3 years to make another season and we split them up into 2 or 3 and this and that. If the product's good, I'm not fully against it. I'll put it that way. And I know that's like very having your cake and eating it too, because like they're doing the same thing and it's just based on your liking of it. But if the product's good, I don't mind. Stranger Things released in 2 parts last time. Both were phenomenal. I'm okay with that. This one I'm actually okay with because it gives me 3 different things to look forward to. Like the first installment, the second, and then the finale on New Year's. So I'm excited about that. I don't necessarily understand why so many people are upset by it. I get you want it all now, but we're just so desensitized is not the right word, but we've normalized so much getting entire seasons worth of a show in one day and binging it in one day, and then you're sitting there like, fuck. And maybe you'll rewatch it again, and even after that, you're like, fuck, I have nothing else. So I'm not against them releasing it this way, if I'm being completely honest. And I don't mind them treating TV like movies, because some of the movies that come out suck. So I'm like, you might as well just make good TV. Can't hate on it. So I'm super excited for Stranger Things. Just watched Ed Gein's Monster. Shout out Addison Rae. I don't know. I didn't think it was bad. I get how it wants to tie into, Ed Gein and then Psycho, Hitchcock, and then all the other things. I don't mind that. It just kind of got a little confusing as the series went on of like, I understand Ed Gein's the inspo for these things, for these movies that came out, but like, just give us the Ed Gein bio documentary, whatever you want, like whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't need to see Ed and then it goes forward into Hitchcock and then back into Ed and Hitchcock. It was just like a lot of back and forth where I'm like, that could be another one, but like with the way monsters go, like just give me the depiction of Ed. And I know it did, but like it went back and forth so many times that I don't know if I necessarily love that style, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, but other than that, it was okay. Addison Rae acted her ass off. I'm going to say it again, and I've said it so many times. That girl is going to have a career. Already does, but like even further than she has now with music, acting, etc. She did the work of like getting her social media up there, getting to be able to meet and connect with the right people, such as managers, casting people, this, that, and realize like I'm going to remove myself from this social media shit for a while and take this seriously. Now, so many creators, this is from my side of the work, that want to do acting or singing or this and that. They think that they can do a full social media career and a podcast and act and sing and do this business and that business all together. They can do it all. That's not how it works. Like, it's just not. Like, you can't do that many things. Like, yes, there are people like that are older now. Like what, people probably take inspo from, you have George Clooney who made Casamigos and is a movie star and blah, but like, you can't compare that. Like you're talking about a guy who was in the industry for like 40 years and then decided to go off on another journey. Like you're getting big on TikTok or Instagram and then want to start a product business and then a podcast, but you also want to sing and you want to act. And I'm not against trying things, like just like A$AP Rocky said, when his trying became bad. I do agree with that, but you can't expect to do all of those things, expecting all of them to work and also expecting to be able to give 100% to all of them. Like that's just not, if you're doing 5 things, you can't give 100% to all of them. You just can't. So I think Addison was so smart with kind of like, just going and taking a beat and being like, I want to work on this craft of mine and see where it can take me. I love when my sing makes music like that. But no, we have a little shorter episode today just because we're a little 33 minutes today. We have a little shorter episode today, which, don't hate me for. There just actually wasn't a crazy amount going on other than, what we were talking about, and I still wanted to get an ep out there. So usually we have an hour episode. This one will be a nice little 30-minute. And I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to talk about today on time. Oh, I know I talked about last week that I'm just not sold on AI, and for more reasons, I'm still there. Now, don't get me wrong. The Jake Paul Sora video is very funny, and he's obviously in on it and loves it as well. And those will be funny for a little bit, but I was listening to Macrodosing and then went and looked at it myself, that 56% of AI experts think that AI is going to have a positive impact on life. Now, normally you'd think, oh, that's not the worst percentage. 56% of the experts who are creating AI think, that means 44% of the experts creating this don't think it'll have a positive impact on life. That's kind of terrifying. Like, that's like saying only 56% of medicine manufacturers think that this medicine is going to do good for the world. That means 44% of scientists and doctors and think that it's like, if that were the case, people would be like, whoa. Like, let's take a beat here. Like, think about it like that. Like, if 44% of doctors for something medical were like, we don't think this is good at all and this isn't going to be positive, I'm pretty sure there's a good chance it wouldn't be put out, if I'm being honest. Or there would be, I don't know, there'd be a lot of issues there. But 44% of AI experts don't think it's going to have a positive impact on humanity. That's a little alarming. And I know I talked in depth about it last week, that I just think there's going to be so, like, and you can't tell the future, but I just don't think it's going to be good. I don't. And I know I'm hypocritical because, like, from the ChatGPTs of the world that help me format this or whatever, blah, 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 like things for emails or docs and shit like that. Obviously, I use that, but once you start getting into video and just augmenting more shit, I'm just like, I just don't see it. I don't know. And partly one of the reasons too that's just like uncomfortable for people is that Robin Williams' daughter and MLK Jr.'s grandson both came out and were like, guys, can you please stop sending me AI videos of like our family? Like, it's weird. I don't enjoy it. Like, I'm sure maybe your intention was to be cute, but like, it's weird for me. And think about that. Like, your family member who is a very public figure, whatever it may be, or you're not, and you're just getting videos sent of that person present day with you. It's kind of just like, I don't think it's cute. Like, you want to reminisce on those good times you had with them, but it's just like, it's uncomfortable. So like, I think even moments like that, I'm just like, it's creating a really weird thing, in my opinion. So AI, not here for it at the moment. But going into my segments, boom, my check-in segment of the week, Timothee Chalamet. Guy just rocks. Timothee Chalamet is awesome. Marty Supreme premiered at the New York Film Festival to rave reviews. I know I said that One Battle After Another was for sure Oscar winner. I guess I don't know now because Timmy entered the chat. You know, normally you think Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro like entered the chat. Timmy entered the chat. Supposedly people thought it was amazing, and he's just so cool. He really is so cool. Like, he did that, then he came out with his really cool promo video, then he went to the Yankees game with Kylie. Like, it came out that he's been practicing ping pong for the last like 6+ years for this role and bringing it everywhere he goes. Like, oh, I'm just going to go shoot Dune, and then I'm going to hang with Kylie in St. Tropez while I practice ping pong and be the Knicks' favorite fan. And just the essence of a cool guy. Like I'm excited that we have like my generation has like our Leo, that like we're being able to see him from start to seeing what he's going to grow into. So hopefully movie lives up to what it'll be. I think it probably will. Hopefully he doesn't get snubbed. We'll wait and see. And my checkout is, I'm trying to think what my original checkout was. Oh, I apologize. I'm the worst here. I did have a checkout. Oh, I didn't have a checkout. That's a good thing. So my wake-up call and checkout, that being said, is all the creators that are now, and I try not to get political, but distancing themselves from politics. Your Theo Vaughns, your Aiden Rosses, your et cetera, because they sold a narrative and a dream to their young, impressionable audience of just frailed masculinity and what they thought, like, you knew what it was going into it. And for all the Andrew Schultz and Theos and everyone who were like, well, I didn't vote for this and blah, blah, you did. You just did. Like, there are only two ways that you didn't know, and it's that you just don't have morals and that you did and you don't care and you kind of want to save face, or you are actually just really dumb. Like, you're going to have to fess up to one of the, like, there's no in between there. There's no like, no, this truthfully, because this is what he promised. This was the big, beautiful bill. This was everything else. Like, and you knew what you were doing with your audience. Like, you even spoke about it, like the Impulsive Crew and this and that and all these people that were like, no, like, we know that he came on our podcast because of our audience, because he knows we have like that loyal of a community and we can engage all that. You knew that. That's literally, you knew that's why he would come on your podcast. So like now you being like, I can't believe, like, it's just buyer's guilt. It's just buyer's guilt. And I'm like, we're just like, literally shut up. Like, we don't need the whole like, well, I didn't think this was going to happen, because like, who cares? Like, you did it already. It happened. So call it, like, just call it what it is. Didn't want to end with negativity there. That was just my wake up call, that like, start looking at like, you know, those creators that are so impressionable themselves that if someone like waves a little shiny thing or says the right kind of word, that they're like, oh my God. But also if they have impressionable audiences, maybe like steer clear of that for a little bit, or like keep an eye on it. And that was my wake up call. And I guess my second check-in, we got our Coachella house, ending on some good news. We were about 7 or 8 months early. About 7 months early this time, opposed to a week early last time. We finally got a house. We're going with like 13 people. I'm so excited. Didn't get the tickets yet, because those will come, but we're going to see Biebs at Coachella. I am so excited for Bieber at Coachella. Like, Young Thug's going to be there, cool. Sabrina Carpenter, awesome. Biebs. I've never seen Biebs live. It's going to be sick. He's going to put on, he's already doing cool photo shoots. Road, Hailey Bieber, I'm looking at you. Road better have something cool at Coachella too, because it's a family affair. Let's do it. Like, Road better do some cool shit at Coachella. I'm looking forward to it. But I can't wait for Biebs to perform. For my generation, it's like Michael Jackson coming out of retirement to do a festival. So I'm excited. We got the house. I can't wait. We early, and let's go. April, baby. But no, that was a nice, quick, short episode of Late Checkout. I'm excited to keep it going. Like I always say, it's a journey. Some of these will be sporadic. We're going to get better. I just wanted to put an episode out because I want to stay in my flow of things. I know this is a quicker episode because we didn't have too much updates. It was a chill week. Again, we had a lot of travel coming up. What I do want Late Checkout to turn out to at some point is I'm going to, when I'm able to stay in hotels and other things, I do want to give my shout outs and actual reviews to them, because Late Checkout kind of being that hotel vibe, late checkout mindset, etc. I'm going to manifest it at some point. I want to have a good relationship with like Aubridge Resorts, Amman, all the cool ones, and I can do podcasts from them. And that's what I'm going to manifest for when we take the podcast to different places and have those good relations. That's I'm going to end on a good manifestation like that. That's what we're going to do. I'm excited, but I know it's a little hectic. I know sometimes we're here, there, and everywhere, but I just like to talk about what I'm doing, my interests of the week, and just have a good time. And we're going to get guests soon. I promise. I promise we will. But always fun for the 5, 10, hopefully million in the future people that tune in. Appreciate it as usual. I love doing it, even if it's quick. And I can't wait to keep it going. So until next time, peace.